it's Melanie and happy Saturday to you. This is my weekly home fragrance roundup. This is something that I like to do every Saturday, and I basically share all of the candles that I burned this week, all of the wax melts that I melted, any wallflowers that I may have used, all of that jazz. So this is all about home fragrance, and this week it's gonna be pretty easy. As you guys are probably aware, we do have our home on the market, which means that I cannot burn and melt the way that I am accustomed to. It's been a little tough for me, you guys, I'll be honest. I've really had to sort of rein in my, my burning and my melting, because we have been getting texts periodically about needing to leave the house so that they can do private showings. We have also needed to get out of the house multiple times to do various open houses. And as a result, I have had to have really neutral scents going. I still prefer to have some home fragrance. We do have a cat and a dog. I am an extremely tidy person, and I clean like a mad woman. So I'm very tidy, very cleanly, but you know, we do have a litter box, and Mr. Kong is not really a particularly stinky dog, but you know, we have pets in the house, and I certainly don't want it to smell like pets when people walk in. So what I did this week was focus mostly on vanilla-based scents and put all of the other stuff away. I'm hoping that our house sells in the next week, because I would love to be able to start burning the scents that I have from the new Homeworks line. I want to be able to start doing reviews on those for you guys, but they are definitely very specific scents that are not super neutral, and so I can't have that going in the house when we're supposed to have nothing but generic around. So first thing I'm going to mention is that for our first set of open houses, I did use sugar cookie in 2 of my warmers downstairs, and then also in the one here in my office, and then one in our bedroom, which was enough to put sugar cookie as like the generic vanilla scent throughout the entire house. We actually got really good feedback about how good the house smelled. People also really like the house. No one's bought it yet, but people really liked the way that the house smelled. They said it smelled very clean, very homey, so that was good. So if you're selling your house, sugar cookie is apparently a good way to go. Then we did another open house. This time it was just like a broker's open house, but it was open to the public as well. And the sugar cookie had mostly worn off. So what I did is I got out another sugar cookie, because I always have backups of this. And then I busted out the last of my apple butter frosting. One of the things that I kept seeing in a lot of like suggestions on the internet, like on blogs and from realtors and stuff, was to have like a homey apple type of scent, like an apple pie or an apple cinnamon. Not crazy strong and not super heavy on the cinnamon, but just like a very neutral like apple type scent. So what I did is I mixed 1 cube of apple butter frosting with a cube of the sugar cookie, and the sugar cookie was meant to tone this apple butter frosting down a little bit. There is just the slightest hint of cinnamon in this, but it's not crazy. So right now in all of my warmers is 1 cube of each of these, and it's really nice. And once again, after the broker's open house, we were told how good everything smelled, how clean the house was. So this was another great combination. I really like this with just 2 cubes of the apple butter frosting, but it does make it a lot stronger. And honestly, I'm looking for like a hint of fragrance in the air. I don't want to slap anyone in the face with like apple butter frosting. So this was fantastic. Another thing that I did was I whipped out a good old Mary cookie, which is basically, once again, just a generic sugar cookie scent. And I melted the whole thing in my candle crock downstairs, and I had that going constantly over the last 7 days. This has no scent in it whatsoever. If you don't know what a candle crock is because you are new to my channel, there will be a video linked down below. Go check that out. That'll answer all of your questions. But yeah, so when you melt a candle, obviously the wicks go out to the side. You can no longer reuse this wax or this container. There is a chance that it could shatter. So once you decide to melt a candle, commit to finishing it that way. You don't light it again. It's a bad idea. Just trust trust me, don't do it. But anyway, Mary Cookie is lovely. It's basically, it just smells like sugar cookie dough. That's all. And it's a great neutral just to have in the background. It filled the downstairs really nicely. You can probably see a candle burning there in the background. The reason I'm burning that one is because it's a vanilla scent. It's Vanilla Bean from Henry Bendel. I've been meaning to do a review on this candle for months, ever since I picked it up, and I just haven't gotten around to burning it. So I have that going, and I will hopefully be able to have a review out for you guys tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and you'll be notified of that video. And one last thing I wanted to mention really quickly is in last week's video, I think I mentioned that I got warm vanilla Wallflowers from Bath and Body Works to put throughout the house. You guys, I had to end up returning them because Stella and I started like coughing, and we just did not feel good. I had them plugged in for maybe like a day, and I just noticed that both of us were just like not feeling super great. And immediately my mind went to, it's probably the Wallflowers. It was really strong, but it also had like almost like a chemical type note to it. I'm just done with Wallflowers, period, which makes me sad because I do have a lot of really cute plug-ins. But I can't have those things plugged in my house if they irritate both Stella and my lungs. So, you know, I'm very careful with the amount of fragrance that I have in the house because of Stella. You know, I don't want to like overexpose her to anything, and I try to be really good about opening the windows even in the winter to air things out periodically. I try not to have too much going, and if she ever says that she doesn't like something, I immediately like nix it. And she didn't like the smell of the warm vanilla sugar anyway, so I ended up taking them back to Bath and Body Works, which I feel bad about doing, but luckily I had only opened 2 of them, but I even returned the 2 that I had opened, and I was like, I'm really sorry, but these just kind of made me physically ill. And they were happy to take them back, but I was just very surprised because I've used Wallflowers for years in the past, and I never had an issue with them. But this new, I think they have a new formulation or something, because I still have some of the like, I think these maybe are from like 4 years ago, nutmeg and spice Wallflowers. Neither Stella nor myself have a reaction to those at all. I have been using those over the last few months because it's a nice holiday scent to have out. And no matter how long I have it plugged in or where I have it plugged in, it didn't irritate Stella and I at all. But this newer formulation of theirs, if they did reformulate it, or maybe it's just the warm vanilla sugar, I don't know, but I'm just not willing to risk it. So I'm done with Wallflowers. I'm sure most of you are like, good. I know a lot of people don't like the Wallflowers right now anyway, and there have been, you know, stories about them starting fires and things like that. I've never had an issue with that. I don't question the safety of the Wallflowers. I just question the reformulation of the product, and yeah. So anyway, took those back, and there you have it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know what you burned and melted this week. Hopefully your home fragrance wasn't quite as boring and vanilla as mine, but you know, as soon as we sell the house and we move into the new house, I'm going to be able to go back to, you know, just having some more scents that I really personally enjoy a lot more than just basic vanilla. So we'll get there. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate you supporting my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.